Even in this very life, the world is conquered by those whose mind is established in equality. Brahman is free from defects, doshas. Not the dosha we eat, you see. This is defects. And is the embodiment of samatva, balance of mind. Therefore, become established in Brahman. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om. Adorations to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, bestower of immortality. Srimad Bhagavad Gita in chapter 5, Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Presently, verse number is 17. The highlight or the highlighted theme is to gain insight into how to become absolutely free of all karmas while performing karmas in daily life. Because the question of choosing between performing karma and not performing, that choice is not there. Whoever feels that choice is deluded. When you feel the choice that I can just go into a cave and stay there, do nothing, you must realize you are holding a big stress on your mind, because there is a constant urge within you to be involved in activity. You have to go on reminding yourself you have taken sannyasa. Day by day you have to go on hitting on your head. No more pravritti, absolute nivritti. But both concepts, pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti means be involved in action. Nivritti, shut out all action. Simple illustration I have given to you. If you are riding a horse, and you have brought yourself to a stationary position, while you appear stationary on the horse, every moment you are controlling the horse. You are more involved in how to keep the horse quiet. People don't see it. They see it all yourself standing, or rather being on the horse. But you are busy. While racing the horse, you are more relaxed. Put it in a more mystical way. You have been given a formula. Karma plus vikarma becomes akarma. Karma means, firstly you must understand, karma, when you turn your mind, what type of work should I do? The choice is between three types of karma. Swadharma, Paradharma, Nishidda karma. Swadharma, actions that are in harmony with you. You like to be a teacher and you get the job of a teacher. You like to be an artist and you have the type of a job. I'm giving you a very simple illustration. Paradharma, even you have good opportunity to utilize your talent, yet someone has given you temptation of big money, a big trip to Alaska. May not be Alaska, anywhere. Or some type of a big temptation. Then you are involved in paradharma. No matter how good the duty or work you are involved in, your mental attitude is only not to enjoy the work, but what you get out of it, the money you get out of it. So therefore, that becomes hurtful for human being. Day by day you are working hard, or maybe working soft with softwares. But you have no fulfillment. Fulfillment is only when you get the money and you have a plan in your mind, how will you do? Utilize the money or whichever way you will use it for your pleasure. You are not really being fulfilled. Your days pass by without enriching you in a deeper way, profounder way. That's called paradharma. Paradharmo bhayavaha. Time passes by and you have not worked upon a deeper fulfillment within yourself. Your path opens up to Dakshinayana, a southern path. The topic will come later, but presently, just to understand, you are being led through illusion, delusion of mind. You are led to enjoy pleasures of the world. All happiness in the world is a form of reflected happiness. This Dakshinayana movement leads you to moon, all the figurative description. Moon symbolizes that type of happiness which is reflecting. The moon shines by reflecting the sun. All worldly enjoyments are a form of reflected happiness, not real. But if you are following Swadharma, you have two choices again open up for you. Sakamya and Nishkamya. Sakamya, you do your work with a special expectation that you are going to succeed. Your project will become successful. Then you can think of other projects and will leave a wonderful legacy behind, how much work you have done. Another choice, you begin to discover that no matter what you attain by work, it is so little in the context of the universe. No matter how wonderful you do, time passes by and no one knows your name. But work done in the spirit of turning your mind Godwards, work done for purity of heart, chitta shuddhi, that opens the window to northern path, the path of increasing light. And ultimately you are led to enlightenment. So, Swadharma opened the door for liberation, or acquiring virtuous karmas that will give you a lot of joy, pleasure. Paradharma, if you have been led to actions by greed, greed is already a negative, a gate to hell. You will become involved in Nishidda karmas. Nishidda karmas means actions based on violence, fraud, terroristic type of feeling. And for that, I don't have to elaborate much. Watch the TVs. The world abounds with negative karmas, horrible karmas. And that too in the name of religion. That's called Nishidda karma. And the result of Nishidda karma is absolute hell. And hell doesn't mean that, as you read in the scriptures, like you are roasted in fire, things of that. It would be easier to get roasted in fire. You suffer from threefold fires: subjective misery, misery coming from the world outside, acts of God. The world can become horrible, led by your negative karma. And that's called hell. The hell you experience even in this life. The only difference is when a person dies and is reborn, in between death and rebirth, the experience is like in dream. The difference of the experience is, in that experience, there is no limit to pain or pleasure. In embodied state, there is a kind of a valve that controls your pleasure as well as your pain. If pain is too much, immediately you will faint. You will become unconscious. If pleasure is too much, then also similar thing will happen. So your body embodied state controls you from plunging into intense pleasure as well as intense pain. If you don't have the body, then your intensity of pleasure and intensity of pain both have no limit. Limit is only based on karma, the type of karma. Good karma, intense joy. Negative karma, intense pain. But both are like dream experience. And after that, you have to be embodied. As long as you have not attained liberation, birth and death is the divine law. You have to be embodied. Once you are embodied, your heaven and hell become mixed up, not so highlighted, but you are suffering, experiencing it. Only difference that as embodied state, you can do something about it. You can do your self-effort. Experiencing heaven, you may become encouraged. How can I have real happiness? And you can utilize your prosperity in a positive way. As well as you can change your adversity. View your adversity as austerity. So, coming back again to those points, Swadharma, Paradharma, Nishidda karma. Nishidda karma, the negative karmas, you must move away if you don't want to go to hell. You don't want to have hell within your life. that has to be a constant project. If you are involved in Paradharma, dharma that doesn't really enrich you, you are led by greed. You cannot avoid Nishidda karma. Unawares, you will be stepping on the toes of others. And sometimes consciously stepping on that and feeling proud about it. Coming to what is desirable, Swadharma. Now you have the choice. Turn your Swadharma into Karma Yoga. Do your duties joyously, and your goal is Chitta Shuddhi, purity of heart. Whatever work you are doing, you are offering it to God. You are not focused on exactly certain results have to come. When I'm saying that, that doesn't mean that you step beyond the reality of things. From practical point of view, every work you do, you expect success in it. But step a little higher, on a deeper level, you should always understand if success does not come the way you expect it, you shouldn't be surprised. It's a big word. Things don't have to happen exactly as you are imagining. And things cannot go wrong because it is creation of God, God who abides in your heart, whom you love, and who is the source of your inspiration. So at deepest level, things are not going to go wrong. With that understanding, your mind goes on pleasing God. That happens automatically with the Chitta Shuddhi. If your heart becomes free of anger, hate, greed, and all other impurities. Moving away from impurities is progressive movement. You do not, having heard a big talk about being free of vikaras, and set your mind to it. From tomorrow, no vikara. Anger, goodbye to you. Pride, go to hell. Cosmic love, blossom in my heart. I see everywhere Rama. How wonderful. You can create affirmations and have patience to enrich yourself little by little. With the understanding, with God within you, process will speed up beyond your imagination. Another simple point and very important point. You should not keep your mind in a state of conflict. Am I doing Swadharma or Paradharma? Confusion will arise and ego will give you a quick judgment. If you are not pleased with your duty, it is Paradharma. Get away from ego. That is not so. The simple solution, don't give your mind that stress. Turn to God. Whatsoever you have given to me, whatever situation you have placed before me, according to your will, whatever type of project or work I am involved in, I am your slave. And I will perform that work. You are the performer. So no matter whatever work you are doing, if your mind were to turn towards God, develop a sense of surrender to God, and begin to relax and enjoy no matter what it is, The challenging work, understand it will make you stronger. All great people who have become successful in their life, when they write their memoirs, they write all their miserable experiences first. If those experiences had not come, you would have nothing to write about. You are thankful to them. They become your basis. In other words, as you become Godward mind, adversity is God's plan for you, because He wants you to be stronger and stronger. How strong? That's up to Him. Don't say, I'm already strong enough. Don't repeat. So therefore, no matter what type of duty you are doing, do not sustain sense of conflict or contradiction with your work. Allow your mind to relax because God is behind it. And also another mantra, even this will pass away. If it is terribly upsetting to you, always understand things are not always the same. So many things have come and gone in your very life. And this is not going to stay forever. So with these insights, you blend Vikarma into Karma. Whatever work you are doing, if you were to blend into it, japa, repetition of mantra, surrender to God, practice of virtuous qualities, as you go on blending these are known as yajnas in the Gita, then your Swadharma becomes Nishkamya karma. Nishkamya karma purifies the heart. Purity of a heart leads you to God realization. Same world, same life, but the direction has changed. In the 17th verse, this line of thinking has come to a height. Tad buddhya tad atmana tannishta tat parayana gacchantya punaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmasha. Those who have their intellect centered in the self and who are supremely devoted to the self, they destroy all sins by knowledge and attain that state of liberation from where there is no return to the world process. Certain special terms have been used which are very interesting. Tad buddhya, having your intellect involved in wisdom. Intellect is your subtlest God's gift, the subtlest power within you, because the profoundest change occurs when your intellect has grasped the subtle reality about yourself, about God, about the scriptures. Tad buddhya, having your intellect focused on God, allowing your intellect to grasp all this is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. Ego has no reality. The real I am in every individual is absolute. allowing your intellect to move towards that profound experience. That's the purpose of your intellect. Tadbuddhya. So that one great quality led to its climax will lead you to liberation. What does it involve? I have mentioned it before, but Gada Parinyaya, doing it again so that it hits you again and again. You fix a post and want to make it firm. So what you do? You hit on it, shake it. Then hit on it, shake it. It's called Gada Parinyaya. Certain spiritual teachings are given that way. And in divine plan, God does it in the same way. He allows you to develop certain quality, and you begin to feel, oh, I have developed it enough. But then God gives you, shakes you up. If you are not broken because of that adverse situation, your strength rises to a very high level. And you realize adversity had better purpose than your prosperity. You do not tired your mind to study yourself, oh, what bad karma. And how many lives I have done that. Instead, what good karma. And made me face that adversity with faith within. And turn that adversity into a meaningful, a kind of a blessing. And with God's grace, you can go on doing so endless. So, you are placing before your buddhi the objective, freeing the mind stuff, freeing the mind of doubts, sanshaya bhavana, doubting mind, asambhavana, a sense of impossibility, and viparita bhavana, a twisted understanding that it's not possible. How can I be Brahman? I am so little, Brahman so big. That's impossible. These three, sanshaya bhavana means mind cannot hold on to one objective, one ideal. Having pursued to a certain distance, following one direction, suddenly your mind says, no, I have taken a wrong direction. You try to find another, and you move away from that direction to another contradictory direction. Having moved there, then again you feel, oh, I made a big mistake. What I was doing before was good. That's the doubting aspect of mind. As long as you have not given your mind a very serious discipline in japa, concentration, meditation, satsanga, if you start giving serious discipline, then mind has the ability to have a resolute will. Develop a will and follow it. And faith begins to sustain your strength or strength. Satsanga, listening to spiritual teachings, enable you. Just as you go on listening, you become free of dvividha, a mind that is always having two types of goal before it. Mind that is trying to get into two boats at the same time. Manana, as you listen to the teachings and you reflect upon it. You allow your mind to flow. Manana removes a sense of impossibility within you. Diffidence is there in every person. But when you listen to the teachings and again reflect upon them, you realize it is your reality within you is God Himself. Therefore, how can there be impossibility? Any good project you have, the goal of becoming free, the goal of attaining enlightenment, developing devotion, cultivating divine qualities, all this is not impossible. Made in the image of God, not in the ego's image. So why should I keep myself under ego's image? Under ego's image, everything is impossible. So manana removes you of asambhavana. And the last one called nididhyasan, a profound reflection when the reflective process has gone deep in your heart level. And that removes ignorance. And there is a revelation. I am that. And your I am doesn't relate to your ego. Otherwise, constantly, the I am in you is identified with your ego. That's called viparita bhavana. To give a simple illustration, as if, see, the sun is reflected in a jar. And now, an ego arises within the jar. I am the sun. That's viparita bhavana. You are not in the jar. And that reflected sun is not the sun. It's completely topsy-turvy. The real sun is up there. The real sun is totally beyond, transcendent. That the mind that is so easily holding on to ego drops the ego and gets sustained by the divine behind it. That happens in your sleep, but in an unconscious way. The same happens now because of your enlightened mind. That's viparita bhavana is corrected. So all this is called tadabuddhya. This is the project before your buddhi, your intellect. All the satsanga, listening, reflection, meditation, all come under this project of allowing your buddhi, intellect, to have a profound grip over the reality. This is called practice of vichar. Tad buddhya tadatmana. Another, becoming engrossed in God. Another word, paramatma dhyan. Meditate on God. Meditation has many aspects. As long as you are practicing lesser levels of meditation, the deity is always viewed different from you, and you are surrendering to the deity. If you go to a very advanced level, meditation becomes identity with the deity. I am meditating on Shiva. Shivoham. I am Shiva. Meditating on Krishna. Krishnoham. Ramoham. But I'm leading you to all this. The simple point, bring dhyana in your life. First one was dhyana. Next, dhyana. practice of meditation and allow the restlessness of mind to move away, and increasing patience and resolute will to develop. Tannishtha, another word has been used, referring to bhakti. Develop firm faith leading to profound devotion. Tatparayana, that relates to karma yoga. Be ever devoted to serving God in creation, in humanity. As a result of this is a description of integral yoga, a blend of jnana, knowledge, dhyana, meditation, bhakti, devotion, karma, action. When these four have blended, your life becomes exceedingly healthy from a spiritual point of view. And it flows with spontaneity. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunichaiva swapakecha panditaha samadarshinaha. Enlightened sages behold the same self, that's God, in Brahmins who are endowed with knowledge and humility, as in cows and elephants, or even dogs and outcasts. To be enlightened is to be rooted in the awareness, I am that am I. Rooted in the awareness, all this is nothing but Brahman, the Absolute. From a practical point of view, you become like the sky. The sky has equal vision towards all the clouds. Clouds that come dazzling in light, holding scriptures in their hands, they're Brahmins. And the skies just the same, welcomes them. Then there are clouds that come like the Rajasic clouds. They come as storms like elephants and other animals. Majestic clouds. And the sky remains just the same. Or they come like barking dogs and outcasts, creating a lot of rubbish. It's all allegoric. It has nothing to do with cows or elephants or Brahmins. The idea that is being given, that all your experiences based on sattva, rajas and tamas, those experiences come in your personality. Your personality is made up of your physical body, bhurloka, physical reality, the reality of your sentiments, the reality of your thinking, understanding. Three planes are blended in your personality. And different realities impact upon your mind in different ways. Sometimes you are hungry, but you didn't get the right type of food. Become upset. The upset caused by bhurloka. Sometimes your inspiration appeared good, but it isn't good. You found your poetry appeared at the beginning wonderful, but later you realize big mistakes in it. I'm giving you a look. Easy way to understand. So that means you are facing Brahmins, higher type of understanding within yourself that really gives you inspiration. You are facing also lesser type, Rajasic type. and you are facing tamasic time within yourself as well as around yourself. When you're interacting with people, some people are of a sattvic nature, more thoughtful. Some are more flamboyant nature. They're more like elephants. Not in looks, talking about majesty, royalty. And some are very ordinary, little. Living in a world of all variations, you remain unperturbed. The sky remains unperturbed. Likewise, that type of inward awareness is to develop and stay perpetual and stay as your real source. Everything else, a drama. But that remains perpetual. That's the picture of liberation. As long as you are internally shaken, not the goal. And you don't blame the clouds for shaking you up. As long as you are blaming the world for shaking you up, you have not really understood. Ihaiva tarjitah sargo yesham samye sthitam manah nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmanite sthita. Even in this very life, the world is conquered by those whose mind is established in equality. Brahman is free from defects, doshas. Not the doshas we eat, you see. These defects. And is the embodiment of samatva, balance of mind. Therefore, become established in Brahman. This goal of being beyond the three gunas, being absolutely unshaken by sattvic, rajasic and tamasic creatures or manifestations. If you remain unshaken, this is another way of saying that you have conquered. Things that shake you up, you have not conquered them. Things that don't shake you up, you have conquered those things. Allegorical way of saying. If the three gunas have been transcended by you, sattva, rajas and tamas, the whole world can't shake you. This state has three expressions. Your mind enjoys serenity, shama. If you have become unaffected by raga, dvesha, attachment and hatred, that's called manonash. Mind is practically destroyed. In this direction, you enjoy equal balance of mind. In other words, in your daily life, balance of mind should be your target. No matter how many times you lose the balance, doesn't matter. But restore the balance again and again. That's called samatva, balance of mind. Next thing you have to go after is inner. Your vasanas, subtle desires, they should undergo a change. Shubha vasana. Shubha vasana will give you experience of Shama. Shama means serenity. A breeze of eternity begins to blow. If you are tired, exhausted, and feeling miserable, and you sit by a tree and soft breeze begins to blow, feel. Likewise, in your personality, there is subtle corners. If you allow the mystic channel to open, the breeze will begin to blow. Because God is always within you. You are never discarded. No matter how adverse the external situation may be, if you are becoming devotional, involved with japa, spirit of surrender, you allow the breeze to open. That brings you experience of Shama. At the deepest level, in your chitta, in your heart, you are no longer gripped by ignorance. Chitta Shuddhi has become profound. Then you attain the state of Samadhan, absolute tranquility. You develop the same clarity of the sky. The sky remains absolutely tranquil. You may look up and say, where is tranquility? It's all the sound going on, etc. But try to understand the sky. The sky is absolutely tranquil. All the noise goes away, and don't see a single scratch left in the sky. Figurative description. Similarly, you see the whole world swirling before you, and nothing affects you. And with this I conclude. Shanti, Shanti. Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.